Hey everyone, Zero here. I'm back from the freedom camps. I mean, democratically mandated time off. Yeah, let's go with that. It's time for the Let's Talk Warbonds follow-up video, where I'll be going through many, but not all of the comments you guys have made on this series because, wow, I never expected this series to do so well. Thank you all so much for the support. I mean, I think I had like 105 subscribers when I started it. I wonder where I'm at now. Mother of Liberty. So, without further ado, let's get it. Starting off with Steeled Veterans. The first thing that comes to mind is Garcia2497 brought it to my attention that the Senator had been buffed to High Armor Pen and gotten its Speed Loader. I didn't really start playing Helldivers a lot until after Truth Enforcers had come out. So, learning about all the changes that had been made prior to its release from you guys has been quite interesting. Cowman2233 asked why haven't they given the Breaker Incendiary its old 6 magazines back? Well, Cowman, I have absolutely no idea. I didn't even know that was a thing. I have often found myself feeling like it could use an extra mag though, so I guess that makes sense. Bionic Dan 3948 says, hear me out guys. Dual wielding the P4 Senator. You know, I always thought dual wielding would make a cool armor passive, though I think the Senators would be a little bit overkill. Though the Peacemaker's Verdicts or even the new laser revolver, the Talon, I think would do great. Cutting edge. So I believe in this video I had incorrectly stated that there were no enemies that had a Tesla attack. A couple of viewers reminded me that with the inclusion of the Illuminate, there are indeed enemies with Tesla attacks. The first time I read this comment, the sound of my facepalm likely mirrored that of the blast of a 380. I can't for the life of me remember why I forgot that was a thing. Not much else to say out here. Democratic Detonation. Daniello's 49PL. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Said, heavy armor pen on the Eruptor would actually make it super unique and worth considering bringing it on a mission, and would pair extremely well with a light or medium armor pen machine gun. I'm happy to say that it does, as the devs have actually listened to the community for once on this issue, and the Eruptor does now have heavy armor pen. Now, I'm not saying I can predict the future or anything, but Radiant Rain might be suggesting that. Anyway, did you know that the first Helldivers apparently had a fully automatic Eruptor? Polar Patriots. So let me first say a massive thank you for the over 13,000 views on this one. Not sure why this one did so much better than the rest, but I'm not complaining. Raptor Jesus said, it's weird that we never got frost grenades / weapons that can slow. The mechanic is already there. From those plants you can find on most of the frost planets. I think this is a good point. I find it strange that the polar-themed Warbond gave us incendiary contacts instead of a cryo grenade. That's not to say I don't like the incendiary contacts. I think they're a decent option if you don't have the gas grenades yet. Some viewers on this one brought up my pronunciation of a certain armor. Say it with me, folks. Kodiak. What the hell did I say? Kodak? Like those cameras from the 90s? I don't know. This is what happens when you have to record your scripts at like 3 in the morning. Jason Mack doesn't seem to think it was a mistake adding the Halo BR and a 55 caliber handgun in the same Warbond. For those that may not know, much like the Verdict or Space Deagle we all know and love here in Helldivers, Halo is also known for a very high caliber pistol. Also, originally it had the benefit of having a scope. I mean, it wasn't physically on the gun, but the game did let you scope in, so it felt like it had a scope, and it was awesome. And then they got rid of it. Viper Commandos. It would appear that the melee buff only applying for the command key did indeed get debunked. And, welcome to the jungle, baby. And hey, New Vegas player spotted. Well, Helldivers not having any major changes coming anytime soon, I'm probably gonna do some more Fallout content. So keep an eye out for that. Freedom's Flame. They couldn't even make a mech with a flamethrower for this Warbond. Yeah, I know, and it's right there on the picture, you see a mech. Okay, I don't know when else I'm gonna talk about this, so I'm just gonna say it here. The mech suits in Helldivers have so much potential, and Arrowhead is not even trying to reach it. The dream for me is customizable mechs, allowing the player to decide what weapon would go on each arm. Kind of like a giant Lego set. So of course we'd have the existing weapons, the minigun, the missile launcher, and the autocannons. Additionally, we could add a flamethrower, a triple or quad-barreled sickle, similar to how the Gatling laser works in Fallout 4 or 76. Tesla cannon arms, chemical thrower arms, and maybe even some kind of an oversized shotgun, because why not? Perhaps one with a shield option, at the cost of one of your weapons. They have a lot of things that they could do, most of which are already programmed into the game to some degree. They just have to make them bigger and throw them on the mech. Anyway, that was my quick rant on that. Even if they don't use my suggestions, I just want them to do something more with the mechs because I just feel like they're underutilized. Oh, and Draconaut. Yeah, that's it. I don't even remember what I said. Chemical agents. So, through additional testing, I did find that the dog breath is quite good when mixed with fire. Now, in the video, I said that the sterilizer was a variant of the borderline obsoleted flamethrower. I was totally wrong. You should bring the stratagem flamethrower. Mixing these and the gas together will have you roasting bugs and purging illuminate like there is no tomorrow. It's not as great against the bots, but it can be done. This sterilizer still kind of sucks, though. Truth Enforcers. Came for the patriotism, stayed for the drip. Fair enough, buddy. Urban Legends. Strange how we got a Warbond with gun-focused armor, but no guns in it. Yeah, that didn't even occur to me, but that's an interesting point. So it turns out that the anti-tank emplacement can two-shot the bot and illuminate ships. I think I said 3. However, I'm not sure if this rings true anymore because in a recent update, the Illuminate ships now have their shields active even in flight. But I can attest that Bone Mommy 1719 was telling the truth when the comment was written. Servants of Freedom. The one that started it all, as it was the newest at the time. DinoDuck5121 told me, fun fact about the ultimatum, its shell is functionally identical to the 380. Same damage, same AoE, same armor pen, everything. Also identical to the Orbital Precision Strike, as it in itself is just a singular 380. Thank you, you wonderful person, for letting me know about all that. I have been letting everyone else know as well, as much as possible. I love telling people about this because it still blows my mind. And I would like to thank Matthew B7215, Sergeant Gunner 212, and Danger Dan 1728 for those Democracy Protects. I don't know how, but we gotta get Arrowhead to make that an achievement, to survive a hell bomb going off on your back and surviving. If you have any ideas on how we should do that, please comment. Borderline Justice. Worth the wait, love the accent. Watch him keep it in future videos. Yeah, the accent. I'm just gonna be honest here. I have gained mad respect for voice actors of all kinds. I don't know how they do it. I got like halfway through recording and almost had a heart attack because the accent just disappeared. I had to stop for a couple of hours before I could manage to pull it off again. On top of that, I didn't even think it was that good, so for those that enjoyed it, I'm glad you did, but I can't guarantee it's ever coming back. So I think that's everything. If you're still here, thank you very much for watching through the entire video and for making this series a resounding success. You folks have yourself a wonderful day, and remember, if those Truth Enforcers come a-knockin', keep your shotguns a-rockin'. Well, no turning back now. Pelican 0, need pickup.